Hey, hey, can I meet you? Perfect. Muy perfecto. Let's wait for everyone to hop on here. Okay, guys, let's break down the markets. Today was an interesting day in the markets. So, overall, we had Monday come out right here. Let's go over the news real quick so you can guys can get a better idea on what actually happened this week. So Monday, we had no news. I did not trade at all this week. I actually am in a trade currently right now, but we did not have news on Monday. Tuesday, we did have FOMC, and I do not trade FOMC. So let me break that down for you guys so you have a better understanding. So we can see right here, this is FOMC for sure that came out. This big candle. Now, the thing that I want to tell you guys is when we have news like this, the reason as to why I don't like trading it is for a couple of reasons. First, the market is extremely volatile and there's a lot going on. But one thing that's really key to look at is slippage. So, hypothetically, let's say that we are. I'm going to refresh this real quick, guys. Okay, let me go to S&P 500. Okay, ideally, let's say that we are looking to trade. Okay, we see a setup and we think it's going to be a sell. Let's just say hypothetically, we think it's going to be a sell. We'd go short right here. And then let's say we have our sauce right above this high right here and our take profits down at this next level. Now, the thing with news is there's something called slippage. It's very important to understand this because slippage basically, if we have our stop loss right here, let's put a little line right here to identify where our stop loss is exactly. Let's say that we have this stop loss right here. Okay. And we think that price, once it goes up, it's going to hit our stop loss. But the thing is, when news comes out, it's moving at such a high pace and it is so volatile that it can go past our stop loss and it won't close us out. And I've had this happen with so many of my students, and I've personally experienced this where I'm in a trade. And ideally, I was like, okay, well, if this trade hits my stop loss, I'm going to lose 100 pips and I'll lose like $1,000. But a lot of the time, when the market's moving at such an erratic high pace, it hits your stop loss, but it doesn't close your position. And then it will close later on. So I had this about a year ago. I was trading CPI and I had my stop loss set. I was going to lose like, I think $2,000. And then I woke up and I ended up having a $6,000 loss. So this is why it's extremely important that when we're trading, you need to understand what slippage is. And that's personally why I don't trade, because it will hit your stop loss, but it will close you with a much bigger loss than you actually anticipated in closing. So look, this is what happens to a lot of traders. They're in a trade like this, they have their stop loss set, and then boom, comes out and it doesn't stop them out to up here or around here. So that's why I personally don't trade news, because these things happen. So that was Tuesday right there. This is just a hypothetical example right here, but this was FOMC that came out. And that's one of the news events I don't trade. Like, guys, I don't trade FOMC. So it's very important that you're getting the fundamental side of trading and getting all this data and understanding exactly what news events are going to affect the market very dramatically and what news events aren't. Okay. Let me go and share my other screen now with you guys so you can see the news and we can go over that. Okay, so check this out. This is when we had FOMC, Tuesday, November 21st, FOMC. So if you're debating if you guys should trade a certain news event, I would go through, and if you go to this folder right here, you can see all the previous dates when we had this news event happen. And ideally, what you want to do is you want to figure out, okay, if I'm trading the S&P 500, that's a United States index. That means that it's going to be, the currency is going to be USD. But then let's say if you trade like GBP, JPY, what you would do is you would have GBP marked up, not USD. All the event types are fine. Expected impact, you should have only the red folder. And this is what I do. When I first came up with my strategy, I came through and I only put USD. I click apply filter, and I can see all the news events that are high impact news for the US dollar. Now, what I'm doing is, this is so important. This is what you guys need to do to really get a lot of feedback and understand what news events should I trade and what news events should I not be trading. So you're not trading in these news events where you're going to be losing large sums of money. With me, I don't like FOMC. I don't like trading CPI, and I don't like trading NFP, non-farm employment. So these are the three news events that I personally do not trade. But the best way to do this is simply go to this folder and then go to the last time that we had this news. So October 11th. So what I would do if I were you is I would now go to the next day and I would share. Give me 1 second, guys. I would go and share. What I would do is I would go to October 11th. So we're going to go now to October 11th and find that. So October 11th right here, boom. And the thing I like about FOMC is it usually happens on a Wednesday, and I don't trade Wednesdays. So we can see here's October 11th, and it usually happens at 11 a.m. So this is FOMC right here. A lot of the time, though, you guys need to understand this with news, it's usually just going to keep going in the direction that it's already in. So if we're in an uptrend and we have news coming out and the news is coming out, it's most likely just going to keep pushing the market into an uptrend. Okay. So we didn't have that big of a push. Like, we can see the difference between FOMC on this candle, it shot up 154 pips, versus, check out, if we go to this day, this was a much bigger move. 154 pips compared to 577. Massive difference. So then what I would do is I'd find our next news event. Okay. Trying to go back and share different screens for you guys to see. So let me see this. So now what I would do is I would go to the next event. So I don't trade Wednesday, so I wouldn't really look at these news events, but let me look at Flash Manufacturing PMI. But I want to see it on this chart and see what it had, the effect that it had. So overall, what I'm doing is I'm looking at the news that's currently going on. So Flash Manufacturing PMI, this was 3 hours ahead. So this was at 6:45. Okay, so this was the candle right here. So this candle, it just kept going with the trend. So we can see Flash Manufacturing PMI, it just kept going with the trend. So we can see Flash Manufacturing PMI was right here. Okay. So right here, Flash Manufacturing PMI, it just kept going with the trend, but I want to go get more data. So what I'm going to do is go to October 24th. October 24th. And then 9:45 is when it came out, 6:45. So is this candle right here. So it pushed up. So overall, we were in an uptrend, and it just kept pushing up. Okay. But this is very important. You guys want to go back and get all this data to really make sure that you're doing things correctly and you're not trading on days that you guys shouldn't be trading on. Now let's go through and finish out this week so I can show you guys. But yeah, overall, S&P 500 is in an uptrend. Looking very, very nice. These are two buys that I caught the week before. haven't really been taking any trades. It's been a little difficult to identify what setups are coming, but I'm currently in this long position, and this is why I'm in the long position is because if you look at the daily chart right here, guys, you can see this beautiful hammerhead candle. So it's like we already are in an uptrend. It's most likely just going to keep continuing to go up. And that's where I'm kind of targeting these previous highs over here. That's where I expect price to go to next, right around here in this area. So yeah, that's what I am in right now. Just wanted to give you guys a quick weekly breakdown. I have recently been trading the S&P 500. I'm very fond of it, and I've been seeing a lot of success from it. So this is personally what I've been trading lately, but let me know in the comments below what you guys have been trading, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out, guys.